Hello, good afternoon, class. How are you all? So this is the chapter that we are discussing, electricity, and it is the third part of the same chapter. So in last lecture, we have already talked about the resistances and what are the meaning of resistance for a conductor. In this part, we will discuss about the combination way of two or more resistances or resistors. So there are basically two ways to connect the resistances. The first one is in series and the second one is parallel. So let's see the first one, that is series. So when two or more resistances are connected end to end consecutively, they are said to be connected in the series. Okay, so if this is our first resistance, that is R1, this is R2. So if we connect in a same line, and with end to end connection, okay, with end to end connection, then this is known as the series connection. Similarly, if I bring a different resistance, then again R3, then how I will connect it? I will connect it from this end like this. Okay, so this is the third resistance, that is R3. Now come to the second one, that is parallel. So this way a parallel is shown here, that here is the resistance, that is R1, and here is the R2. So let's see. So when two or more resistances are connected between the same 2 points, they are said to be connected in parallel. Okay, so this is the first end of resistance 1, and this is also the end of resistance 2. So if they are connected with a common point at A and the other two ends are connected to a common points again at B, then such type of connection is known as the parallel connection. Now let's see, we will study the series connection in more deeper way. So what we see here, that if we have a number of resistances, that is R1, R2, R3 and so on, which are connected in series, then as a combined resistance, or you can call it a resultant or a equivalent resistance, we can write it as R equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on. Okay, so we will also see the mathematical derivation of this equation, but before that we should keep some points in our mind. So let's read the first point. So when the number of resistances are connected in series are joined to the terminals of a battery, then each resistance has a different potential difference across its end, which depends on the value of the resistance. So what he is telling, that if we have a different resistance, that is R1 and R2, then each have a different potential difference. Okay, potential difference means the energy is spent in flowing a charge from one point to other. Okay, so according to the value of resistance, there will be a different value of potential difference. Okay, but in series, okay, we are talking about series. Now let's see the second point. The total potential difference across the ends of all the resistances in series is equal to the voltage of the battery. Okay, so V is the potential of our battery that is connected as a power source. So we can write V1, that is the potential difference for resistance 1, V2 as potential difference for R2, and V3 as potential difference for R3. So the sum of all these must be equal to the potential of our battery. So now let's see the third point. So when a number of resistances are connected in series, the same current flows through them, or you can say through each resistance the same value of current will be flowing. So let's see the points once again from this series connection. Okay, so this is the battery of V volt, this is the R1 and R2 that are connected in series. So we can say the for R1 we have a potential difference of V1, for R2 we have a potential difference of V2. Okay, so according to the second rule, we can write the potential difference of each resistances, that is V1 plus V2, is equal to the battery potential, that is V. Now by Ohm's law we can say the total potential of a battery is equal to the net amount of current, okay, that is I, and the total resistance of our given circuit. Okay, So here also it is written that current flows through them, that is through R1 and R2 in series, is same because the same amount of charge is flowing for a given single path of ABC. Okay, so for this path, that is A, B and C, the same amount of charge is flowing for a given amount of time. That's why the current is same in series. Now we will apply the Ohm's law to calculate the potential difference for first resistance. Okay, so let's use I into R1. Again, for the second resistance we can write I into R2. Okay, now current will be same, okay, because we know the conditions. Now using the first equation, put the values in form of I and R. So we will get I into R is equal to I into R1 plus I into R2. So I will be common here, so I is also common on left side, so we can cancel both i's and we are left with the only term, that is R equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, so this is the relation for the series combination, and we can call the R as a resultant resistance, combined resistance, or also the equivalent resistance. So all these terms are used for the R. Okay, now let's see a sample problem to get the brief idea of what series connection mean. So we have a question that if four resistance each of the value 1 ohm are connected in series, then what will be the resultant resistance? Okay, so here is the four resistances that are connected in the series. Okay, so according to the formula we can write R equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4. Okay, so if we add all the terms, then we know the value are same and we will get the equivalent resistance as the 4 ohms. Okay, 4 ohms. Now let's read the second sample problem. So a resistance of 6 ohms is connected in series with another resistance of 4 ohms. The potential difference of 20 volts is applied across the combination. Now calculate the current through the circuit and the potential difference across the 6 ohms. Okay, so we have to calculate the net current and also the potential difference for 6 ohms. So using the formula, that is V equal to IR or V by I equal to R. So V is the potential of battery, R is the total resistance or resultant resistance, and I is same, we know that. Okay, so let's put the value V is equal to 20 and calculate the equivalent resistance. Okay, so you can see from the diagram we can say R is equal to 6 plus 4, that is 10 ohms. Okay, because they are connected in series. So put the values here and let's calculate the value of I, that is 2 amperes. Okay, so 2 ampere is the value of our current. Now we have to calculate a potential difference. So potential difference for 6 ohms is given by, again, the formula, that is V equal to IR. Okay, so what is the value of current? That is 2, and the value of ohms, that is 6 ohms. Okay, so we will get the value, that is 12 volts. Okay, so I think is that clear to you, all of you. Now let's see the combined resistance of two of resistance that are connected in the parallel. So here is the parallel. Now again we have some important points regarding the parallel combination. So let's see this. So the potential difference across the ends of both the resistances will be same. So in this case, the potential difference for R1 and the potential difference for R2 both will be same, and it will be equal to the voltage of the battery. Okay, so in parallel, even the both are same for both resistances, both potential difference are same, and they will be also equal to the potential that is applied by the power source or the battery. Okay, now the current flowing through the two resistance in the parallel, however, not the same, and the total current is given by, that is I1 plus I2. Okay, so in series the current was same, but here what happens, the current actually distributes in two parts, that is I1 and second is I2. Okay, so we can write I equal to I1 plus I2. Now put the values in terms of V and R. Okay, so we can write V by R, that is I1 is equal to V upon R1 plus this as a V upon R2. So V is again common here. Okay, v is again common here, so we can cancel the v. So we get the values, that is 1 upon r is equal to 1 upon r2 plus 1 upon r1 as a equivalent resistance in the parallel combination. Similarly, if we have a third resistance, then we can also write it as 1 upon r3. Okay, so here one more terms come, that is r3. Okay, now let's see one more sample problem to understand the meaning of parallel combination. So we have to calculate the equivalent resistance when two resistances of 3 ohms and 6 ohms are connected in parallel. Okay, so we have this 3 ohm and 6 ohm connected in parallel. So let's use a formula that we have derived, and let's put the values of R1 and R2. Okay, so it is given already in question, that is 3 ohms and 6 ohms. So put the values. Now take the LCM, it will come 6, and from this side, from this first one, that is 1 by 3, we will get the value 2, and from 1 by 6 we will get value 1 in numerator. So if you add up and finally calculate, then you will get the equivalent resistance equal to R is equal to 2 ohms. Okay, so this is the way to calculate the resistance. Okay, now let's take example that if 3 and 6 ohm would be connected to the series. Okay, so let's see what is the equivalent resistance for series. Okay, if the same combination is taken in series. Okay, so let's take the name is RS. So what will be the formula that we can use, that is 3 plus 6. Okay, so in series, if both are connected in series, then we will get the value that is equal to 9. Okay, so you can see if two resistances are connected in series, then their overall resistance increases, but here is our parallel. Okay, here is our parallel connection. So in parallel connection, the overall resistance decreases for a given combination, while for series it increases. So this is the conclusion and meaning between the parallel and the series combination.